the Centro Histórico is at the heart of bustling Mexico City and filled with lots of must-see tourist sites. In this video, we'll share the top 10 things to do in the Centro Histórico of Mexico City. In no particular order, we'll start with the Templo Mayor. Before the Spanish arrived, the area that is now Mexico City was the city Tenochtitlan. It was in the middle of a lake with 4 main roads or calzadas that are still used today. At the center was the Templo Mayor with 2 temples, one for Huitzilopochtli, the god of the sun and war, and one for Tlaloc, the god of rain. In Mexico City, you can still hear locals mention how Tlaloc must be angry if there's stormy weather. After the Spanish arrived, and with the help of other local tribes who were tired of paying tribute to Tenochtitlan, they defeated the Mexicas and the city was mostly destroyed. It wasn't until 1978 when workers laying electrical cables uncovered ruins, and from there they started excavating and found over 7,000 artifacts. Those artifacts and the remains of the Templo Mayor are now a museum you can visit. Excavations continue to this day. Entrance is 95 pesos and includes both the museum and the archaeological site. While the nearby ruins of Teotihuacan are amazing and worth the trip, they are about an hour outside the city. It is unique to be able to tour the ruins right in the heart of Mexico City. The museum is informative and interesting. It does a great job explaining Mexica culture and what life would have been like in this wealthy city. If you're short on time, or if it's a Monday and the museum is closed, you can still view the ruins from the walkway above. Next is the Zocalo and the cathedral. Is it cheating to combine them into one? The Zocalo is the large plaza in front of the cathedral, so you can't visit one without seeing the other. Construction started on the cathedral in 1573 and wasn't completed until 250 years later in 1813, so you can see a variety of different architectural styles like Renaissance, Baroque, and Neoclassical. The cathedral is built on top of the Templo Mayor, as was Spanish tradition, and they also used the stone from the Mexica temples to build the cathedral as an additional symbol of dominance. The Zocalo, or the Plaza de la Constitución, is the largest public square in Latin America, and besides the cathedral is also surrounded by government buildings like the National Palace and the Municipal Palace. Our next stop is Avenida Madero, a large pedestrian street named for Francisco Madero, a president of Mexico assassinated during the Mexican Revolution. Before that, all the silversmiths worked on this street, and you can still find plenty of stalls selling silver jewelry. Skip all the overpriced terrace restaurants and make sure to get a Mexico City specialty, tacos de canasta from Tacos Los Especiales. For only 65 pesos, you get 5 tacos, all-you-can-eat salsa, and a drink. You can't beat the price, and they taste amazing. As you wander Madero Street, pop into any shops that interest you and admire the beautiful architecture like the San Francisco Temple and Monastery, the Temple of San Felipe Neri, and the Casa de los Azulejos. There's 2 spots on Madero Street on our top 10 list. First is the Estanquillo Museum in the Esmeralda building. The building was built in 1892 as a jewelry store, but now is a free museum. The best part is the rooftop terrace with great views and a cute cafe. The cafe is reasonably priced for being in such a touristy area and is perfect for a break in the afternoon. Next is the Iturbide Palace. The ornate Baroque-style building was built in 1792 as a dowry for the daughter of the Marquis of Joao de Berrio's marriage to the Marquis de Villafont. Besides an impressive exterior that is worth stopping to admire, the interior is home to a free museum with different temporary exhibits called the Palacio de Cultura City Banamex. On our latest visit in December 2023, there was an amazing display with nativities from all over Mexico and around the world. It's always fun to pop in and see what the current exhibit is. Mexico City can be an intimidating destination, but it is well worth the trip. If you're finding this video helpful, subscribe as we have more videos about Mexico City coming soon. Once you reach the end of Madero Street, you'll see the famous Palacio de Bellas Artes. The towering white marble exterior is an Art Nouveau style, while the interior is Art Deco. Inside, you can see the murals by famous Mexican artists like Diego Rivera, José Clemente Orozco, and Rufino Tamayo. The murals are quite political and were even controversial as they addressed topics like socialism and war. One of the murals by Diego Rivera, Man, Controller of the Universe, was originally painted in the lobby of the Rockefeller Center in New York City, but was destroyed because Lenin's face was included. If you're going to visit the murals, I recommend reviewing the museum's website with descriptions of each mural to help you understand the history and meaning of each one. The theater itself is also a work of art with a glass curtain that depicts two nearby volcanoes in Tiffany glass. We saw the Spanish National Ballet when they were visiting in July 2022, but the Folkloric Ballet of Mexico performs Wednesdays and Sundays and would be a perfect show to see. They also have free guided visits Tuesday through Friday at 1 and 1:30. We haven't been able to make it for a guided tour yet, but it sounds like a great way to see the theater if you don't have time for a performance. After touring inside and admiring the exterior of Bellas Artes, pop over to the Sears across the street for free views from the top floors and visit Café Don Porfirio for a pastry with a view. The lines can get very long though, as it's become quite popular, so it's best to visit on a weekday if you want to eat at the cafe. Just around the corner from Bellas Artes is the Palacio Postal. The exterior isn't too ornate compared with some of the other buildings we've seen, but once you step inside, you'll see why this golden palace of a post office is on our top 10 list. While it looks like a palace, it still functions as a post office and has since 1907. The bronze metalwork was commissioned in Florence, Italy, and was inspiration for parts of the Pixar movie Coco. They offer free tours too, but we haven't had the opportunity to take the tour yet. As you turn on Calle de Tacuba, one of the original roads of Tenochtitlan, you'll find the National Art Museum on your left. Outside is a large sculpture completed in 1803 of King Charles IV of Spain, dressed as a Roman emperor riding a horse. It is supposedly considered one of the 3 most important equestrian sculptures in the world. Who knew that was even something that people kept track of? Inside the museum, there's Mexican art from the mid-16th century until 1954, so you can view a large variety of different artistic styles. The beautiful interior courtyard and ornate staircase has also gotten a little Instagram famous. Entrance is 90 pesos, free on Sundays, and there are free guided tours at 12 and 2. Like most museums in Mexico City, they're closed on Mondays. Looping back towards Bellas Artes, Alameda Central is the oldest public park in Latin America. It opened in 1592 and had poplar trees, fountains, ponds, and fish. Now there are 7 fountains with different statues. It's quiet and peaceful in the morning and lively later in the day, especially on weekends when there are performances and vendors. There's a nice view of the Torre Latino peeking through the trees, and in the spring, the jacaranda trees flower a really beautiful purple color. And lastly, one of my favorite places in Mexico City, La Ciudadela Artisan Market. This market has over 350 vendors from all over Mexico. It opened in 1968 when Mexico City hosted the Olympics as a way to showcase the beautiful handicrafts throughout the country. You can really find anything you can think of here. I love searching for nativities, and I found so many I had a hard time choosing, but eventually chose a ceramic nativity from Jalisco. You can find famous blue and white ceramics from Puebla called Talavera, silver from Guerrero, serapes, embroidered blouses, toys, leather bags, and more. Always shop around to find the best price and quality. The historic city center of Mexico City is full of beautiful architecture, history, and art. I know you'll fall in love as much as I have. Thanks for traveling with us, and we'll see you next time.